Welcome back, everyone. I'm Sarah Peck, and this is the Startup Pregnant Podcast. Hi, everyone. We are nearing the end of this Q4 in 2019, and I am wrapping up so many things in my business, but also this brief hiatus where I have been focused as much as I can be on writing. And I want to share a few more updates. If you are just tuning in to the podcast and you are brand new here, then this is not a normal series for us. We usually do long form interviews of working parents, and that's the majority of our back episodes. But this quarter, I have been taking a pause to focus on some writing, and I've shared 3 updates on the progress so far. This is my last update before we get back into the regular show. So thanks for tuning in and for listening. And I will be back with interviews very soon. Today's episode is all about the progress on the writing projects I shared with you a few episodes ago and how the mini books are turning out. So if you're curious what we're building and why I've taken Q4 off the podcast and why I've been taking a break, listen in. I will give you the update. Thanks for being here. Welcome to the Startup Pregnant Podcast, where we talk to creative leaders about what it means to be an entrepreneur and a parent. I'm your host, Sarah K. Peck. Hey everyone, big announcement today. We are now opening our early bird enrollment for the Wise Women's Council. It is our year-long program and community mastermind where women can come together to talk about entrepreneurship, leadership, and parenting, and all of the messiness that happens in between. If you are interested in finding out more about the Wise Women's Council, the program, the coaching, and the guest teachers, check it all out at startuppregnant.com/WWC. Go over to our website and look for the Wise Women's Council. Early bird applications are open. Regular enrollment happens through early February, and then we kick everything off together in March. It's a 9-month program for women who are navigating business, leadership, and parenting. Come join us. This episode is brought to you by Splendid Spoon. They are a meal delivery service that has been really wonderful during my postpartum time after baby number 2. As you know, one of the things that can be really hard for new moms is finding enough high quality, good, nutritious, nutrient-dense foods to eat when you're super hungry and you have a new baby in your household. Seriously, for me, I put the baby down, I run to the kitchen, I open my fridge, and then I see that everything I've bought has to be prepared. And I don't even have time to chop things up, let alone like make it to the bathroom, take a shower, whatever all the things are that have to be done. So then I end up opening my cabinet, and on a good day, I'm snacking on seaweed snacks and some salted nuts. But honestly, I grab anything, and then it turns out I've eaten like 5 bags of potato chips that day and nothing else. That's why I was really happy when Splendid Spoon reached out about being a referral partner. They make soups and smoothies that are ready to eat, nutrient-dense, and plant-based. Startup Pregnant listeners get $50 off their first delivery when you use the link splendid.to/startuppregnant. That's splendid.to/startuppregnant. I will put the link in the show notes so that you can get $50 off of your first week of delivery. So those of you listening know that last time I shared an update that was actually challenging for me to share because I hadn't made that much progress. One of my goals this quarter has been to ship 2 or 3 of our mini books on Startup Pregnant and to focus on articles that I've been wanting to write. And the truth is there are so many things going on in business that I have found pockets of time to do some writing, and then I have been fully booked in launches and preparations for the Wise Women's Council in other weeks. Those are all very exciting. I'll share a little bit about the Wise Women's Council in just a minute, but let me first give you the final update on the mini books. So we have 2 of them live now. We have Pregnancy Affirmations, which is live and on our website at startuppregnant.com/minibooks. And then we have the Pregnancy Reading List, which that book took me quite a while, probably 80 to 100 hours to put it together. And it is a compilation of the best books I've read when it comes to pregnancy and early parenting. How to to prepare for a baby, what books to add to your collection, what books to skip, which books to pick depending on the type of parenting philosophy you're going after. So in the book, I talk about kind of the broad strokes overview of what you'll probably need to think about when you have a new baby in your life, from sleeping to feeding to schedules. I'm drawing a blank right now as I'm sharing this on the podcast, but the broad strokes overviews. And there are 58 books in there that I cover and I talk about. I also share some of my favorite memoirs because I just soak up women's stories and parenting stories. So there's a bunch of memoirs in there that I really loved. And I found a lot of pockets of time to read actually after the mayhem of understanding the baby kind of settled down and before I had to go back to work. There was a significant period of time when I couldn't get any work done necessarily. It was really hard to do work while under a baby and breastfeeding and feeding. But there were pockets of time where I wanted to consume. And so I read some books and I watched some videos, and that was really delightful. But actually creating things like being able to put the baby down and sit up and like type on a computer or create something was way too challenging in the early days. So we finished those 2 books, Pregnancy Affirmations and the Pregnancy Reading List. I'll link them up in the show notes for you. They are available now. You can download them as a PDF, get them as a Mobi or an EPUB file, or read them on your browser. There's no print-based version of these books. They're all digital. I am in the middle of the 3rd one right now, which is taking a resource that I put together called How to Streamline Your Business. This one I am running into, I've written it all and I'm formatting it and I'm putting it together and I'm running into what I want to call like normal creative challenges where I am doubting myself. I'm a little bit insecure at the end. I'm not sure. I'm like, is this really useful? Do people really want this? I am out of touch with the receiver of the information because I'm so embedded and enmeshed inside of it. But I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger, and it should be done in the next few days. So if you go to startuppregnant.com/minibooks, you'll see the next one come out. I will hit the goal of getting 3 of them out this quarter, and I am grateful to be able to ship more things and also flummoxed because I wish I could make things faster. And I'm always so surprised just how much time the writing process takes and how much energy it takes and how dang slow it feels. I don't know how many of you out there are content creators or creators of any type, business owners, but for me, the process of making progress is always slower than I want it to be. It feels like I am just plodding along and that I don't get very much done in any given day. But somehow week over week and more like month over month and year over year, things do change, they do move, and they do get built slowly. This mini book, which is called Streamline Your Business, that's what the title is right now. I'm still refining the title. I had originally like How to Stop Doing It All in Your Business, which I love as a title, but I don't think accurately portrays the content. I think it might signal to people that it's about delegation and building a good team and scaling up. And that's not what this book is about. So I've changed the title to How to Streamline Your Business. And the process inside of the book is a couple years ago, I went through a series of self-reflection questions to look at how much time I had in my weeks now that I was a parent, how much time I had in a year, because as a parent, there's so many other obligations, travel, sick days. Let's just focus on that for 1 second. When you are a solo individual with no one else in your realm, your sick days are just yours. When you get sick, that's what slows down your business. When you are a parent, your child getting sick can also slow down your business unless you have robust backup systems for care for sick children. That means most of us have double the number of sick days than our historic experience as single freelancing employees or entrepreneurs. That alone just is brain bending for me because I don't have as much time to plan for. So the systems that I used to use don't work now. So figuring out an accurate accounting of the amount of time you have in a given week and the amount of time you have in a given year, and then mapping it to the projects you have in your business. This is the exercise in how to streamline your business. And there's a tool I love in there called the stop doing list. And I walk you through how to pick what's first and make slower, more methodical progress on the projects that you have in your business rather than trying to do everything all at once at the exact same time. Because the one thing that I glean from so many entrepreneurs and busy parents is that if you're trying to do 72 things all at once, from all of your social media content to all of your podcasting content to blog content to running the product to running services to managing the team, there's not enough time in the day to do everything, and either batching, delaying, or figuring out the right sequencing and knowing that you're going to focus on product first, and then a year later you'll focus on content second, or for a significant, like a short period of time, you'll focus just on product, can be really helpful in removing the overwhelm from the day to day. That's a siren going by because I live on Broadway in New York City. And there's no way around it, even though I have noise canceling curtains. So that's the Minibook, How to Streamline Your Business. It's about 10,000 words long. And if you would like to take a look, go to startuppregnant.com/minibooks. I include examples of how people have applied this process. It's 3 questions. You can do, I probably spent about an hour doing it when I first did it. You can probably spend about 10 minutes per question, maybe 20 minutes, but it helps you step back and think a little bit more strategically. And it's something I love doing right around the end of the year because it can help you simplify and cut stuff off your plate for 2020. I don't believe we can all be trying to do it all. I think we need to pick things that we want to do well and let the other things we want to do come later. We're allowed to push pause on side projects and put some of them later. We can do really good work and do less of it. We don't have to try to do everything. The other major thing that I have been working on over the last few weeks is preparing for the upcoming cycle of the Wise Women's Council. So we wrapped up the Wise Women's Council at the end of November. We had our closing ceremony and our finale call and wrapped up all the materials, wished everyone well. We did this candle ceremony too, where we set our intentions for the end of the year and for the upcoming year. And I was so sad to know that we were closing because I've had such an incredible time with each of these women in this community and watched them change and pivot and grow and share and be so remarkable in their journeys and their processes. So now that it is the winter season and December and January are upon us, we are about to open doors for applications. So if you go to startuppregnant.com/WWC, that's for Wise Women's Council, you will see all of the details about the program. And I've been hard at work for the last few weeks and months putting that all together because we have an amazing lineup of guest teachers for next year's council. And we have a few new offerings that are different than 2019 that I really love, that are helping people have business breakthroughs and get their specific businesses and business challenges addressed. So take a look at the program if you're curious about it. We will be opening for applications. I think by the time this podcast episode goes live, the applications will be open, and early bird applications go through January 20th, 2020. So take a look. That's been the next focus of our business. And that will be a wrap to Q4. We will be back in 2020 with new interviews, which I'm excited to be bringing you. We're ramping up again after taking this hiatus for a writing break. Thanks everyone for being here and for listening and being a champion and supporting. I've heard from so many of you and I love it. I'm so grateful to be able to do this podcast. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season, and I'll see you next week with a new episode. And that's it. That is a wrap, everyone. Thank you so much to each of these women for joining us on today's episode. They have given you a sneak peek inside the Wise Women's Council and the types of conversations that we have as parents and entrepreneurs navigating this messy world of work and parenting. If you are interested in finding out more about the Wise Women's Council for next year, please go to startuppregnant.com/WWC. That stands for Wise Women's Council. We'll have the link in the show notes, and you can also find it in the main menu on our website. The Wise Women's Council next year will have 3 different tiers. So you can access the community in 3 different ways. The first way, you can join the community for the social space and for the monthly calls. The second way, you can join a small group coaching program to go deeper with a group of 6 to 8 women. And the third way, you can work one-on-one directly with me, and we will have one-on-one private calls to really unpack and unlock big moves in your life or in your business. So check it out. There's 3 different access points next year. We haven't ever offered it this way before, so we're really thrilled to see what y'all think. Go check out startuppregnant.com/WWC for the Wise Women's Council, and do apply by January 20th for early bird pricing. The prices will go up if your application is not in by the 20th. I hope to see many, many of you applying, and here is to an amazing 2020. Hey everyone, just a heads up and a reminder, if you want to listen to our long form Ask Me Anything sessions, they are 30, 45, and sometimes 60 minutes in length, and we go deep into questions that people have. If you want me to look at your business, you want me to comment on your marketing plan, or you have a question about parenting, pregnancy, or anything in between, we are taking listener questions and I answer them in a monthly Ask Me Anything fireside chat. It's available only to our Patreon supporters. So if you back us at the $7 a month level, you get access to this private podcast. You can get access to all of the past episodes, which is pretty cool. So if you're missing the podcast while we're on our hiatus and you want to take a listen in to these Ask Me Anything episodes, go over to Patreon and become a monthly backer at the $7 per month level, and you'll get access to all of the future episodes as well as all of the past episodes. Keep in mind that you are also supporting the work of Startup Pregnant and our growth in these early days, and that matters a ton. Every dollar helps and counts, and we appreciate so much and are grateful for your support. Patreon.com/startuppregnant will take you right there. That's Patreon. Did I spell that right? Patreon, Patreon. Yes. Patreon.com/startuppregnant will take you there. The link will be right here in the show notes. You can go straight there. $7 a month, and you get access to this entirely exclusive Patreon-only podcast. Thanks so much, everyone, for listening. And I always say this, and I mean it. Leave us a review on iTunes if you like our show. It takes a few seconds, and it really does help us a lot. If you want more of what we're talking about, go over to startuppregnant.com and get on our email list. We send out a weekly newsletter with time-saving tips for parents and entrepreneurs. And I always include a weekly gadget or tool or something awesome that we've stumbled upon to help make your life just a little bit easier. And as always, you can reach out to us at hello@startuppregnant.com. We love hearing from you.